In December of 1900, a lighthouse keeper vanished. Then another, and then another one. No storm was recorded the night they disappeared. No distress signal was sent. No bodies were ever found. Only a locked door, a stopped clock, and 3 men who were never seen again. The Flannan Isles sit in the North Atlantic, off the west coast of Scotland. They are not welcoming. Sharp cliffs rise straight from dark water. Waves crash violently against rock. The wind rarely rests. Even today, standing there feels like standing at the edge of the world. In 1899, a lighthouse was built on the largest island, Eerie Arrival. Its purpose was simple: guide ships safely through dangerous waters. 3 men were assigned to maintain it at all times. They worked in rotations, isolated, cut off from the mainland for weeks at a time. In December of 1900, the keepers on duty were James Ducat, the principal keeper, Thomas Marshall, the second assistant, and Donald MacArthur, a temporary replacement. On the evening of December 15th, a passing ship noticed something strange. The lighthouse light was out. That alone was unusual. The light was their only responsibility. It was never supposed to fail. But storms had been reported in the area, so perhaps something had gone wrong. The mainland station attempted to contact the island. There was no response. Days passed. On December 26th, a relief vessel was finally sent to investigate. As the ship approached Island Moor, something felt off. No one stood at the landing platform to greet them. No one prepared the usual welcome. The island was silent. A crew member climbed the steep path toward the lighthouse. The main door was closed, unlocked. Inside, everything appeared almost normal. The lamps had been cleaned and refilled. The kitchen was tidy. The beds were unmade, suggesting recent use. But there were small details that didn't fit. One chair had been knocked over. The kitchen clock had stopped. And 2 of the 3 oilskin coats, heavy waterproof jackets worn outdoors, were missing. The 3rd coat remained hanging on its hook, which meant one of the men had left without proper protection against the brutal weather. That made no sense. In the logbook, the final entries were unsettling. On December 12th, one keeper wrote of severe winds, the likes of which I have never seen before. Another entry described one of the men crying. Another claimed all 3 had been praying. This was strange, because records later showed there were no major storms in the area on those dates. Nothing unusual had been recorded by nearby ships or on the mainland, and Donald MacArthur, the temporary keeper, was known as a tough man, a brawler, not someone easily frightened. Yet here, in ink, he was described as weeping. The final log entry, dated December 15th, read, "Storm ended, sea calm, God is over all." After that, nothing. When the relief crew searched the island, they found signs of storm damage on the western landing platform. A supply box had been smashed. Iron railings had been bent. Ropes had been torn from their fastenings. It looked as though a powerful wave had struck the cliffs. One theory suggests that one of the men went down to secure equipment during rough weather. Perhaps a second followed to help, and the third, seeing trouble, ran down without his coat. A massive wave could have swept all 3 into the sea in seconds. But there are problems with this explanation. The western landing platform was over 100 feet above sea level. Waves that high would have required extraordinary conditions. And again, no severe storm was officially recorded at the time. Another detail complicates things further: the oilskins. If 2 men had gone out during a storm, they would have worn their heavy coats. But why would the 3rd man leave without his? Lighthouse keepers were trained, disciplined, careful. They knew the danger of the Atlantic better than anyone. Some suggest a rogue wave, a rare, towering wall of water, may have struck unexpectedly. Rogue waves are real. They can appear without warning. But even then, the coordination of events feels unsettling. 3 experienced men, all gone at once. No bodies ever washed ashore. No confirmed debris. Just silence. Rumors began almost immediately. Whispers of sea serpents, of something unnatural on the island, of madness caused by isolation. But isolation alone does not erase 3 grown men without a trace. The official investigation concluded that the most likely explanation was accidental drowning during storm damage. Case closed. Yet even the investigators admitted the mystery left them uneasy. In the years that followed, the story grew. Poets wrote about it. Writers imagined shadowy forces and supernatural causes. The image of a silent lighthouse, standing alone against the Atlantic wind, became something haunting. Today, the lighthouse is automated. No keepers live there anymore. No one sleeps inside those walls. And when visitors step onto Island Moor, they still describe a strange feeling. Not fear, exactly, but a weight, as if something happened there that the island refuses to explain. The Flannan Isles mystery endures because it is simple. No violence, no clues, no answers. 3 men went to work and never came home. The ocean keeps what it takes. The wind erases footprints. And sometimes, the only evidence left behind is an empty room and a light that stopped shining.